thank you for coming. We are going to cover how to add value to your home today, and we're in Pasadena at John Mark Real Estate's office. And let's talk about, first we're going to go over what we're going over. So John Mark Real Estate, who are we? Anytime that you're talking to realtors, the first thing people want to know, what do you think is going on with the market? What's happening in our market? Finding agency, how do you find a good agent? What makes a good agent? And then we have some case studies for our listings after Jack does his presentations on all the technical details about getting all this stuff built. John Mark Real Estate is locally and family owned. It's a full service brokerage. They allow us to do true one call does it all service. A lot of times people say they do one call does it all, but they're really farming out to different companies and different subcontractors. But John Mark Real Estate is a broker, a contractor. I'm an estate liquidation expert. So we truly are a one-stop shop for people's needs. When I got my realtor's license, I shopped around at all the different brokerages, and I chose to be here because I like working with good people, not giant corporations. I can work with whoever I want to for my clients and help them with everything they need. A little bit about my background. I started off doing personal property appraisals. So I specialized in fine art and antiques. I worked for an auction house. We saw a lot of inventory and property and really learned how to analyze and do comparative analysis. And I found that that translated into estate sales later on. I was consulting for estate liquidators, and I was helping them to identify what things were really of value in their places that they were liquidating for their clients. When we moved to California, I became an estate liquidator and also a realtor so that I could better serve my clients and offer them this kind of service. And today I'm a certified probate and trust specialist with California Association of Realtors.
Is that the SRES designation?
No, it's different from SRES. That's a senior relocation specialist. And certified probate and trust specialist, like when my last sales, I was really able to answer. It was a probate sale, and my buyers were a little bit nervous about putting in an offer on that, but I was really able to answer all their questions and explain, the likelihood that that estate would have something happen where it would go to the courthouse. If it did go to the courthouse, look, this is how much people are going to have to bid against you to get it. So I can answer all of their questions and work with the listing agent who was representing that, who understands the process, because it's not like selling a regular home. There's a whole process, as you probably know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. National trends. So this is the most current that I could get from NAR. This is month over month, and as you can see, we're down 2%. But in the newspapers, people talk about, there's a slowdown, everything is slower, sales are lower, prices are lower. It's not really by that much, and it does vary. Like in the Midwest, they're down 5.2%. The South is just slightly down. Northeast is kind of in the middle. In the West, we're actually up a little bit. So reading the news and, how the news casts everything is not really what's happening in local markets. So every time I work with somebody and I have a listing, I really analyze their exact neighborhood. There's kind of like microclimates, and each neighborhood, Pasadena itself has 14 different unique neighborhoods. So you really have to look at what is really happening in your exact market. Part of what happens with real estate is prices are for tangible commodities, but our feelings have a lot to do with it. So the buyer and seller's optimism has retreated. So people don't think it's as good of a time to buy right now. People are thinking it's not as good of a time to sell right now. Obviously, prices were really up very recently, and people who had a home knew, oh, this would be a good time to sell. A lot of people didn't want to sell even though they knew it could be a good time to sell because they could get a high price, but you need a place to live. So, you know, they're kind of stuck in their homes even though they know it's a good market. So our markets are pretty consistent locally, and they also consistently attract investors, and they attract professionals, creatives, high income families. To have a house in Pasadena in general, you need to have a pretty good income, and you can't afford to live here otherwise. I mean, that's just the way it is. There's not a lot of affordable housing in our market, so we have high income earners. So what do we see that happens when you have a market with lots of high income earners? We're a little bit buffered from some of what happens nationally. It's not that our markets never go down, they do. So people are perceiving right now, this is for the Pasadena Foothills Association of Realtors, MLS. People are perceiving that prices are down, which in April of 2022, homes were selling for 111% of the asking price. So homes were going on the market.
Such a short time ago.
They were selling very quickly, and they were getting offers for 10, 20, even in some cases hundreds of thousands of dollars over what they were asking, which was kind of unsustainable, honestly. People knew that the interest prices were very low. They knew at one point, oh, the interest prices are gonna go up soon, so I should hurry up and buy now. So there were all kinds of factors that were creating this very crazy market. And now, you know, what are we seeing? Interest rates are going up, and so consumer demand is coming down. But where are we? This graph is down drastically, but homes are still generally selling for 100% of asking price. So it's not something for home owners to feel like the sky is falling or there's another big crash like we saw in 2008. Homes are going to be on the market for a little bit longer. Homes, maybe the prices are going to come down a little bit, but I don't personally foresee that there's going to be a huge crash. This is closed sales. This goes back to 2008, and you can see at that end of the graph, it is about 50 homes we're selling in a month. Now we are down a little bit, but we're still selling about 225 homes in our market. And you can see every year we sell a lot in the summer, and then we drop down around this time of year. It's just the way it is. People with big families want to move in the summertime. People perceive that the summer is a good, convenient time to move. And you also see people who sell homes in the winter and fall. Sometimes those are smaller homes or homes that don't have, they're lower value maybe. So it's just a little bit of a different market. But homes sell year round, and they still sell no matter what time of year it is. This is in the entire California. This is California Association Realtors, MLS, and Pasadena Foothills is in the red. And what we do in real estate is we compare, because of that spike, we compare month over to the last year's months. So this is September 2022. Our median home prices in Pasadena was $1,045,000. 2021, $1,033,000. 2020, $927,000. So you're still seeing homes increasing. They're just not increasing as fast as they were increasing when COVID came. And this is one more slide to show you. You can see the light green is homes that are for sale, the dark green is sold, and then red is our pended. So you can see if you add up pended and sold, we sell a lot of homes in our market. There's a slight drop between September and August, 1.8% in what's for sale. And then versus a month ago, there's a little bit more for sale. So a few people who have homes are perceiving, hey, maybe buyers aren't gonna buy, maybe I should list now. They have fear of missing out, you know, maybe I should list and sell now. So we're seeing a few more homes come onto the market. And we're seeing sold, there's actually a few less sold there's quite a bit less sold from what it was in 2021. So this is what I look at rather than reading all these different news articles about what's going on nationwide. And what we're seeing here, this is again Pasadena, 30 days on the market in September of 2022, and sold versus list price 100% on average. So we're still selling homes pretty quickly. We're not selling them in 7 days right now, but we're still selling homes relatively quickly. So being a realtor, right? Everybody wants to know, do I really need a realtor? What does a realtor do for me? Seller's agent, you're gonna sell your home for top dollar. Buyer's agent, identify and negotiate great deals. If you have a great agent, that's agency that pays to have. It should benefit you. Your agent should be benefiting you. So what does a really good agent do when they're listing? We're maximizing and marketing all of your assets to their fullest. So I'm gonna do a case study of 2 different homes that were on the market at the same time. This is 1120 Hastings Ranch Drive. This is the sold price. It's sold for $1,155,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath home in Upper Hastings Ranch. And this one is a 3-2. It's the same floor plan. It's 2 blocks away from the other house. It's actually larger. It's a little bit larger. And it sold for only $970,000. So what's the difference between these 2 homes? Well, for one thing, if you take a look at the marketing photos here, this is it almost looks like a bunker. They tried to put some greenery in the front, but the angles of these photographs do not really highlight this house very well. This is going back to the more expensive one. These are before and after photos of what these sellers did before they put their home on the market to maximize their proceeds. So this was the bathroom, and you can see they didn't change. This is kind of dated looking tile. All they did was they replaced a toilet and a vanity, and they put sconces in this bathroom. And then this room is a big sunroom that looked out to the patio. They converted that to a 4th bedroom. They put a wall and a built-in closet over there in that corner with mirrors. So they spent a little bit of money, but in the end they got $185,000 more at virtually the same time. They had an extra bedroom, updated fixtures. This house was also on the market for 105 days. So the seller's agent held out to get the right buyer for this home and did not panic about the listing price. They knew the value. This house was 1,703 square feet. This house, the buyer's agent negotiated, the list price was $999. The buyer's agent negotiated just about $30,000 off the asking price. This home is almost 100 square feet larger than the other one. Same floor plan, same neighborhood, 3-2. It's with a pool. The other house didn't have a pool. If this had been my listing, I would have gone with this as the front image of this home rather than the kind of concrete. These are some interior photos of that house. And this is my house, and I represented my husband was the buyer on it. So I panicked the seller's agent and told them the house had been on the market for 30 days, and I got a $30,000 reduction in the price on that house.
3-2 with the pool and the family room.
And it had the sunroom instead of, yes. So we actually are going to convert that into a 4th bedroom in our house. Yeah. So, but they're very, very comparable, very similar.
Well,
homes, literally the
Pool's a
same.
big deal with 3 kids.
And the